Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is Lunar Quack. Here we are with Trails of Cold Steel. Hang on a second. Let me do this. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Here we go. I don't really remember what happened last time. I think we had the talk. We found Elisa's grandpa, and yeah, the next day has happened. Oh yeah, things blew up. I remember that. Okay. Let's get things started. Ah, that was a great meal. Breakfast, not meal. Get it right, Rain. I don't think I could eat another bite. After how much we ate yesterday, I'm surprised we were still able to pack away this much food. Well, you're all growing boys and girls, so eat up. You guys haven't touched your food. What do you mean you're full? Riding takes a lot of energy, so I'd say eating like this is normal after a day out on the plains. Yeah. Would anyone like more? I should probably refrain. If there's any chicken left, we can wrap it up in bamboo and take it with us. Bamboo? The heck are you talking about? There's no bamboo in sight anywhere around here. There's barely any trees. I'm trying to remember where the trees are. Maybe when you get by the water, there's some trees, but there's no bamboo. Who knows? We might need something to gnaw on while we're out there today. Okay. Let me help too. I'll pour the leftover tea in some containers for you. Ah, thanks. Like, you really are too kind. What voice did I? It's not that voice. I don't remember. You're our guests. What kind of host would we be if we didn't treat you as such? Anyway, here's the grand list of the tasks you'll be tending to today. June. Field study tasks day 2. Is it day 2? What? Lacan. North monster. A large unknown monster has been seen around the northern part of the highlands. It must be exterminated at all costs. Wow. That's no reason, it just has to die. Okay, I understand you. Lacan. Lakin, whatever your name is. I figured it... Oh, it's your name. I figured it couldn't hurt to give you a few fewer than yesterday. You only gave us 1. And it's to kill something. Feel free to take advantage of the extra time to do whatever strikes your fancy. Maybe go off the beaten path a bit. Understood. Thank you again for everything. By the way, this is a little loud for me. Okay. Do you want to spend more time with your grandfather today, Lisa? It sounds like you weren't able to spend much time with him yesterday. Gwen stayed in the elder's home yesterday, right? I imagine he ought to be up and about soon. He's an old person. Old people get up really early. They don't know how to sleep. We'd have no objections to completing this morning's task without you if you wish to spend more time with him. But Lycan, are you there? Elder, yes, I'm here. Oh, good morning. Grandfather Norton? Morning, everyone. By Jove, sorry to intrude. Judging by the looks on your faces, it seems not all is well. I'm afraid you're right. We received word from Xander's Gate just a short while ago. They say the Imperial Army's watchtower has been attacked. The music really slowly. I was like going to say the music's like really happy-go-lucky for that drop. I was going to say bombshell, but you know, that's too soon. But yeah. Now it's quiet. What? It sounds like it all happened in the middle of the night. And that's not the least of it either. The Republican Army base has been attacked too. This isn't going to be pretty. Same day, 8 a.m. I wish I could, never mind. I had to get up at 6 in the morning today. It also snowed on my way to class. And I rode my bike. Cold. Look at those flimsy little chicken wings. Look at the difference here. Look at those flimsy things trying to stand up to us. Look, ours are more girthy and bigger. We're gonna win. Well said. Airborne Armored Division being sent out first, as always, I see. I suppose it's only a matter of time before they give the order to the armed regiments, too. Lieutenant General, we've confirmed the deaths of 2 of the guards. A further three have sustained serious injuries, and we've been able to stabilize their condition. I see. Have the medics see to them the second they arrive. Sir, yes, sir. I have a horse now. Contact Xander Gate. Prepare the 3rd Armored Division for deployment. I completely lost where I was in that one sentence. I don't know how. I want all armored vehicles ready to move before I return. Hey, you sure you don't need us to help? I appreciate your willingness to, but we'll be fine. We're used to the procedures for moving the settlement in case of emergencies. Same goes for you guys. I assume you'll be heading to Xander Gate to learn more about the current situation from Lieutenant General Vander. Not as a citizen of Nord, but as a student of Thor's military academy. I will. Will you be staying here, Grandfather? I will. I can't use the truck after all. And since I was here anyway, I might as well do what I can to get the settlement ready to move. Alright, please take care of yourself. By Jove, I'm sorry, Elder. Lucian? Lycan, whatever your name is. I feel terrible that I can't help you when you need it most. You have your own job to do. There's no need to worry about us. May the blessings of the winds and the goddess be with you all. Take care. We will. We must make for Xander Gate at once. Indeed, we need to find out as much as we can about what happened. We talk about Norton and come to the party. Northern reaches of the Highlands are temporarily inaccessible, which is where our mission is? So we can't actually do it. Okay, cool. What's up? Well said. Ask about monster. We'd like to ask you some questions about the monster for us to exterminate. Sure, ask away. Excuse me. That's enough. Okay, you know what? Giant stone, cool. Yeah, totally. You know what? Okay. Bye. What are we supposed to do? Okay, can we communication? Okay, it just says head all the way to Xander Gate. Cool. Can we turn into...
Right. Yeah. Leave it to me. I've got this.
Aw.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I guess, you know, we couldn't turn into the sheep before, but it'd be neat if we could, like, be extra people in the party, especially if they have a character model. Green drawing the short end of the stick again. Hi, Joe. I'm really sorry to put you guys up to this. You really helped me out more than enough yesterday. I can't do this fast enough to really do his voice, but you know what? No problem. Don't sweat it. Must be the kind of breaking news every press photographer dreams of being at the scene for. Still, it bothers me. How is it possible that both Imperial and Republican bases were attacked at the same time? You think one attacked first and the other swiftly retaliated? No. Exactly, guys. He knows what we've been talking about. No time to think about that right now. We need to hurry. We need to get to Xander Gate as fast as we can. Right. Wow. Don't ride too roughly. Whoa, dude. Don't say it like that. Nero. Speed. Now we have this long trek again. Yeah. It really, this is really far too large an area.
That's one of the Imperial Army's airships.
Sure it is.
This situation is looking worse by the minute.
Why couldn't they give us that? Look at it go.
Steady.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Sorry. Sorry, pigs. Or whatever. Anteaters?
There.
It's a dead animal. That's what it is.
It's my turn. It's my turn.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that happened. Rogue
Those
kill.
are armored cars from the Imperial Army.
Damn, this isn't looking good.
Music changed. Everybody's saluting each other, jeez. And they're standing there saluting. Looks like the Imperial Armored 3rd Division. Sure. I said all the words, at least. And it just happens. And it appears they're preparing for deployment. Thanks, everyone. Let me go see if I can get permission to start taking photographs. I wonder where Lieutenant General Vander is. We need to find him so he can tell us what's going on here. I suspected you might show up. It's just funny animation. Lieutenant General, did you have some business to attend to elsewhere, sir? I thought I'd conduct another sweep of the area as a precaution. But never mind that now. You came at the perfect time. A freight train bound for Aurora departs 30 minutes from now. I want you all to on board that train, finish up your field studies quickly as you can, and return to the academy. What? War's about to break up and you're making the students leave? Why would you do that? What? But sir, we're child soldiers. We're supposed to do this. Well, things ultimately depend on the actions of the Republican army. Bottom line is that we may be mere hours away from armed conflict with Calvert Republic. I've already informed everyone in the settlement. Did they not relay the message to you? By the way, it's funny how like we the good guys are the Empire. And the bad guys for us are the, you know, Republic. I never really thought about that. Huh. Darth Vader was right. Be that as it may. And there's also, you know, the Darth Vader looking to cheese. Interesting. But he's also a bad guy. And a good guy. You know what? This is Star Wars. Wow. Who'd have thunk it? Anyway. We can't just turn tail and pretend none of this happened. Lieutenant General, have you established which side attacked first? Guys, that's the central question here. It's still under investigation. Excuse me. You have my assurance that the Imperial Army did not attack. We did not make the first move, nor have we retaliated. However, our army's watchtower has been destroyed, and several guard posts lost their lives. Guards lost their lives. Not posts, you know. As the officer in charge of Xander Gate, you have a duty to act. So there really were fatalities. Let's presume, for the sake of argument, that the damage sustained by the Republican Army's base was in fact deliberately sabotaged by their own forces. How bad was the damage? Several of their facilities suffered major structural damages. Their loss appears to be, at minimum, equal to ours. Honestly, I'd estimate them to be far greater. But if they suffered even more damage than we did, then, you know, they're idiots for leaving all their important stuff out in the open. It doesn't make any sense. Exactly. Green gets it. I'm afraid we've long since passed the point where leisure discussing our possibilities wasn't an option. I will do all I can to avoid full-scale war, but we're preparing for the possibility of armed conflict, and I suspect they are as well. That just seems so wrong. Welcome to war, Emma. Is that your opinion, Lieutenant General? Will you at least allow me the chance to investigate what happened on my own? Gaius? Investigate on your own? Am I sure you're aware? As I'm sure you're aware, I know the Highlands like the back of my hand. And when someone attempts to threaten the peace of my homeland, I won't rest until I unearth the truth behind what happened. You're serious? We'll do anything we can to help you. I think that falls within the scope of our field study too. I guess? I don't think so though, but sure. As long as we say it does, I'm pretty sure it does. No, wait. This is the people of Nord's problem. There's no reason for you all to stay here and risk getting caught in the crossfire. Classmate and a friend is staying behind. Isn't that reason enough? I am the son of House Alburea. I would never disgrace the honor of my family name by fleeing in the face of danger. Sure. Couldn't have said, you know, friend. Besides, it seems like your people have done a lot for my grandfather. Gaius, do you remember what you said to us back in Heimdall Station? The most important thing that we all come back safe is that we all come back safe and sound. Everything else is secondary. Yeah. Ah. It appears you've lost this one, Gaius. Lieutenant General, It's currently 10:05. I will permit you until 12:30 to conduct your investigation. I will do everything in my power to postpone any potential conflict out of case, at least then. Thank you, whatever you just said. Thank you, sir. Then we haven't a moment to waste. We should begin by visiting the watchtower that was attacked. Sounds like a good plan. Good place to start. Jesus, it's so much talking, I need to stop. And there's gonna be more here. Jeez.
Thank you.
Oh, thank God.
Really, I appreciate it more than you know.
It's no big deal, honestly. I agree with Elisa. We're classmates after all. And more than that, we're friends.
Tell you this now, classmates have nothing to do with that.
This is clearly of great importance to you.
I know you want to protect your people, but that's not the only reason you're doing this, is it?
You got me. It ties back into why I accepted the Lieutenant General's recommendation and entered the Academy too. I'm sure each of you feels the same about your own homes, but I love this land with all my heart. The wind racing across the highlands, the vast mountain peaks, the clear blue of the sky, the breathtaking beauty of the rising sun, the melancholy of the sunset, the twinkling of the stars in the twilight.
Alright, he's definitely an art major.
I love everything about this land of Nord. It's part of who I am.
Wow. I guess it hadn't sunk in how much Nord means to you.
Really, Reen? Really?
I'm certainly attached to Ruhr, but I can't think of anyone else who would state their love for their homeland so poetically.
Like I said, art major.
If you love it so much, why did you leave it behind? If you truly love Nord, if Nord is such a part of you, what is it that drove you to enroll in a military academy in a foreign land so far away?
To get better, bring more.
I'm not surprised you'd find it strange. To be honest, I'm still not totally sure what compelled me to do it. Back when I was a kid, the Republican Army built a base in the Eastern Plains, and the Imperial Army responded in kind with their watchtower. It's made me more uneasy with every passing year. Years ago, a traveling priest from the Septian Church taught me all about the history of the continent.
I was gonna say, is that priest uniform? It looks more like military.
One thing that stood out to me was just how many lives had been lost during the conflicts between the major powers. Another major theme was just how profound of an impact the Orbital Revolution had on people's lives. Even the concepts of time and distance have changed so much. And it made me realize a sad truth, one that kind of scares me even now. That there was no guarantee my homeland could stay at peace forever. That one day, it might be drawn into outsiders' conflicts and be occupied and redistricted into oblivion.
I can't believe you were thinking about such weighty things even as a kid.
So then, you joined the Academy in order to learn more about the outside world that posed a threat to your homeland?
Yeah, something along those lines. When I realized how afraid I was, I knew I couldn't close my eyes. I wanted to do something, anything, to protect this land. As luck would have it, I met the Lieutenant General. He's the one who told me about Thor's military academy. One thing led to another, he offered me a recommendation, and before I knew it, I took him up on his offer. So there I was, green as grass, heading off to study abroad despite having no clue what life in the Empire was like. Thinking back on how it all came together, what you said is probably what I was thinking back then.
Honestly, I've yet to hear a student offer a more galvanizing reason than yours for enrolling at the academy.
Yeah. I don't think anybody has an actual reason besides, you know, they have to. I guess Reen was the only other person who had a separate reason. Wait, no. I guess Elisa kind of has another reason, but hers is more to just get out of the house. But yeah.
I have to agree. I don't know too many people who love their home so much that they'd leave it behind to find a way to protect it.
It's not a sentiment I can imagine many Erebonians feeling, that's for sure. But I think I finally understand. Elisa?
That's gotta be super uncomfortable getting smacked in the face by her hair like every step. Look at that. Gotta
Just
suck.
a thought. But having heard Gaius pour his heart out to us, there's no way we can just walk away from this. Not after the people of Nord gave us such a warm welcome and treated us like family. Indeed, I couldn't have asked for more.
Agreed. We'll get to the bottom of what's going on here and stop war from breaking out.
Nord may not be our home, but it's still an important neighbor. I'll do what I can to aid you.
Thanks, all of you. Really, thank you.
He says, stop trying to grab the politically correct words to say. Why did it break like ceramics? Jeez, I thought it was metal. And here we go. You can see shell damage everywhere. That's even worse than I feared. They've confirmed casualties too. I didn't think I'd ever have to see anything like this. You joined a military academy. What the heck are you talking about? Exactly. As students of a military academy, things like this are always within the realm of possibility. Although, I hardly expect my first sight of such devastation to be a spark that ignites a war with Calvert. This may be too much for students like us to handle. Shut up. No backing out now. No. We've all been in this situation, in situations that looked impossible before, haven't we? And every time, we come through. We just have to calm and think. Stay calm and think. I'm sure we can do something here too. You're right. True. We should focus on doing what we can. Whatever we decide to do, we need to get a better grasp of the situation. Yeah, let's find who's in charge and get their permission to start out an investigation. I see. If Lieutenant General Mander has given you permission, I see no reason for use. Thank you. However, I want to make it clear that armed conflict with Calvert could begin at any moment. We've got our hands full staying on guard for any potential threats from the east. I'll permit you to speak with the soldiers here, but don't get in the way of them during their duties. Understood. Okay, let's get started. We should start by by speaking with the soldiers and assessing the damage. That seems wise. When we've gathered all the information we need, we can start piecing it together. Right, let's go. It's kind of funny when what they find out is like, we gotta do, if I remember right, they're like, let's do math to figure this out. Let me just get damage right here. Right, yeah. Totally needed math for that. Rin, why'd you get? Wait, Ron. I'm like, when did Rin die? Ron, why'd you go and die on me? That seems pretty down. Can't say I don't understand how he feels though. It was right when the shifts had changed. Ron came out to relieve me. I was chatting away with him like always. That's when the first shell hit us. Must have been around 3 in the morning. So it's around 3 then. Right in the middle of the night. I was on lookout. I should have noticed something was off, but an explosion completely took me by surprise. I was so sure nothing would ever happen out here that when something actually did, I was totally useless. If I just paid a bit more attention. If I had been a better soldier, Owen might still be with us now. Yeah, I could have like blocked the shells with my mind or something. It's not your fault. None of us could have predicted that something like this would happen. You can hardly blame yourself for a lack of vigilance after being stationed in a peaceful area like this for so long. They attacked in the dead of night knowing your god would be down. I wonder if it really was the Calvard's army doing all after all. We need more information before we can say for sure. No, I don't think it was them. There was something else that happened before we came under attack. We heard an explosion coming from the Republican Army's base. When we looked, we saw smoke pouring from it. What? We knew that both bases were attacked, but did both attacks really happen around the same time? If that's so, it's unlikely that either army was responsible. Who's responsible then? We should keep this in mind as we piece things together. How's the situation with the Republican Army? I was about to say situation, and I don't know why. Looks like there's really a hustling over there. We've confirmed a number of armed vehicles entering and exiting the area. We've heard their base got hit pretty badly too. And even from over here, it sure looks that way. Their layout makes no sense. Well, that's their problem. Lieutenant General said that the Republican base got hit at least as hard as the Watchtower, if not harder. But we believe they were responsible for that as well. They need an excuse to attack us. That sure as hell looks like one. Do you really think that's true? That much damage seems awfully excessive. Huh. They probably just got overzealous with the explosives. Doesn't make much difference either way. If they're brazen enough to attack us, we'll blow them back across the border. Soldiers here all seem to have their doubts. But without any hard evidence, we're not going to be able to convince them for anything. Of anything. We should reconsider the possibilities that this was a deliberate act of sabotage by Calvard's forces. And then over here. This is awful. It really is. Looks like they got hit hard. Is this supposed to be made of metal? Because it looks like it's made of wood. And to think there were casualties. You look at that and and only 2 people died. That's actually a miracle. Not more people died. No, the Imperial Army isn't going to sit and twiddle their thumbs after suffering an attack like this. They have their image to uphold, after all. Hey, it's like most of the damage is concentrated on the south side of the building. You think whoever carried out the attack could have done it from the Highlands? Seems very likely. But we're on the plains. Could they have launched an attack like that from? Well, the Highlands are incredibly vast. We need some kind of clue to even know where to start looking. Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to find something here that'll point us in the right direction. I wonder where. I wonder where. Yeah. Well, anyway. Oh, this thing. This is, you know, if you find a bomb on the ground, you don't just walk up to it and say, oh, look at this. What's up, Lisa? Is there something unusual about that scrap of metal? Really useless? You see a bomb. You see a, I guess, some rocket? Mortar round? Looks like a torpedo, honestly. And you see it's useless. Okay, shut up. Shut up, useless. I knew it. It's a bomb. This is a mortar shell manufactured by the Ranford Company. Like everything else is. Are you sure? Yes. I've seen them before on the assembly line. There are only a couple models capable of firing that kind of shell. I would suggest that the mortar used to fire it was also made by the Ranford Company. But if we assume that's true, it seems less likely that Republic was responsible. True. Why would the Republican Army use a weapon made in the Empire? You guys were just talking about why would you sabotage yourself? To give reasons. It's like, use your brain, dude. You quite literally already gave a reason for them to do that. Doesn't make much sense to me. Even if we account for deception, seems unlikely that Calvert would go this far to conceal their involvement. Why? They just destroyed a watchtower, killed some guards, one step at a time. I mean, the destroying their own stuff wouldn't make any sense at this point, unless they really wanted to start the war, but still. Jeez, we're already at 30 something. I should have saved before continuing with this, but whatever. I thought considering this, considering the stakes, we can't entirely rule out the possibility. Still, this might prove to be an important clue to solving this mystery. Dang it. I was gonna try to save, but I think that's all the information we can gather here. I think so too. Now we need to analyze what we've learned. First, we should establish a good picture of what was happening when the attack first occurred. Seems like that's the best place to start, I guess. First of all, what time did the actual attack on the watchtower happen? It was at 3 a.m. Well, I mean, technically that's when the attack on the other side happened, and this happened immediately after, but yeah. And yeah, 3 a.m. It was 3 a.m. Nice, I got it, guys. I'm so smart. Yes, that's what the guard told us. But that wasn't all that was going on. That's right, the Republican Army's base also came under attack. And according to the Lieutenant General, they've suffered an even greater damage than what happened here. Do you have to bring that up every time, guys? If you said that like 5 times, I think we can safely discount the possibility that the Republican Army bombarded their own forces, but there is no evidence that the Imperial Army launched an attack either. All we know is that both attacks happened and both sides took heavy damage. However, as Lisa said, we have no evidence to suggest that either side was responsible. Third party. If we accept that as fact, the most likely scenario is that the responsibility lies with another party entirely. Woohoo! So you think third party is working behind the scenes to provoke both countries into starting a war? Impossible. Tension between the Empire and the Republic are always high, but compared to other areas of similar political value, the Nord Highlands have always been peaceful. I can conceive for no reason either country would have decided to break that peace last night. I agree. If anything, it seems that the negatives would outweigh the positives for both parties. If this were Crossbell, it might be a different story. But here? Now that you mention it, we found something else odd about the attack on the watchtower, didn't we? Something that seems to point to a third party's involvement. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Something else odd about the attack on the watchtower. What could it be? But she's referring to the time of it happening. We already went over that. The weapon that was used, the area that was damaged. I mean, the weapon that was used is also odd because it was that. The time, no. The area that was damaged was the south side. But I guess that's not what we're supposed to talk about? I don't know about you guys, but I don't think the weapon that was used really means all that much. When you have people can use whatever gun or weapon they pick up whenever they want, it doesn't change anything. I feel like the area that was damaged makes more sense because it wasn't, you know, directly opposed to where the mortars could have been coming from. But anyway, the weapon that was used. You're talking about the mortars used for the attacks, right? Exactly. It looks like the orbital mortars that they used in the attack were an old Rhineford model, and I, for one, find it pretty unlikely that the Republican army is packing Erebonian-made weapons. Indeed, they have little reason to be, considering the Republic has its own major orbital technology manufacturer, the Verne Company, as I recall. Yeah, the Verne. It's Verne. The Verne Company is responsible for manufacturing most of the arms used by the Republican army. Then there's the fact that the mortar used here is old. The Imperial Army hasn't used this model for years. I've heard that military surplus sometimes makes its way onto the black market and ends up in the hands of mercenaries. Knowing that, it seems unlikely that either army chose to use it to cover their bait tracks. Quite. That you said a lot of stuff and then your reasoning it didn't work. Sorry. However, there is a far more pressing question we need to answer. What do you mean? I know where you're getting. Yeah, I know where you're going. We need to know where the attack was launched from in the first place. That's going to be difficult to work out. Is it? Is it really? But without the vital detail, all of our speculation thus far is for naught. If we intend to avert a war, we need more than speculation. We need conclusive evidence. Agreed. But the Highlands are far too vast to just strike out searching blindly. Especially with the Lieutenant General's deadline rapidly approaching. Actually, we may not have to start our search blind. If the Leeson guys would lend me a hand, I may be able to help. With the power of math! What do you have in mind? I can factor the location of the damage together with the wind, the trajectory of the mortar shells. The wind could have been different. It was hours ago. Come on. And what direction of the mortar shells? We can see the damage, we can't see where the mortar shells came from. And then take into account the Highlands winds. Again, can't. We don't know what the winds were like. Stop it. May be able to estimate the area from which the mortars was fired. Or potentially, anyway. Are you serious? Sounds easier said than done. I'll do what I can. As you are familiar with the specifics of the shell that was used, I think so. It's an older model, but I'm sure I should be able to give you some rough data. That should be plenty. Anyway, let's have a look at those damaged areas and start our calculations. My calculations. Please come with me, everyone. Hey, look at it. All right, I think I've calculated the rough location. Congratulations. I believe the mortar was fired from a location to the south of here. Yeah, we totally needed math for that. Totally. Now this is far too big an area, especially, yeah, this far too big. If we're looking at, okay, we're the Stone Nomadic Settlement, the Imperial Army Watchtower. I don't know where the Calvert Army is. I'm assuming it's that line right there. One of those angles there makes no sense. You would need to cut it basically in half, like on either end, to match the damage that was received. I guess only on the left side, because if you look at where the damage was, nothing happened on that end. There's only a little bit of damage which could easily be gotten from that corner right there. So, just saying. Yeah, not accurate. But in my calculations, the launch site shouldn't be too far from here. Wow. Can't believe you managed to work out that it came from the south. How would you figure that out? That's well beyond the level of mathematics we cover in class. I'll enjoy watching Regnitz really sweat it out trying to best you on our next midterm. Just a little trolling. Applied physics. I couldn't have done it without Lisa and Gaia's help. Looks like we've got a nice big piece of the puzzle right in our hands. Sure seems like that. Let's take off and start looking. Right. Jeez. 46. Still not done. Reading the others reported their findings to the soldiers in charge and asked him to relay the intel to Xander Gate. Afterwards, they set a horseback, began the search. Alright, let's start looking for where the mortar was actually fired from. If what Emma calculated is correct, it should have been fired from my point south of the watchtower. Yep, and most likely from the point that's easy to overlook, so it's not found. Let's see if we find anything that fits that description. We'll likely need to rely on the map to help us. I wonder if the couple could still be there. Why would they still be there? It makes no sense. Huh, regardless, we should see what we can find. There we go. Okay. There. Okay, we're ending this recording here. And we'll be continuing for a little bit longer. I don't know how long I'm going. Probably 2 hours? We'll see. Anyway, catch you later.